Yo guys, what is up? It is Khan here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing Toy Story 4. Now, if you haven't seen the movie yet, or you're not sure if you want to see it, but you care about spoilers and you don't want to know what happens, don't watch the rest of this video. You can watch probably another about couple minutes, and then I'll start getting into it. So just don't watch it if you don't want spoilers, because look, I don't want to spoil the movie for anyone, but I need to talk about what happened in order to get what I'm trying to say across. So yeah, if you're wondering what I'm wearing, Village Cinemas, which is the main cinema where I'm at, or one of the main cinemas in Australia, they have this popcorn and drink combo. This is the cup. I think it's really cool. It comes with foldable wings. It's so cool. Like Buzz, he just comes off like this, man. I think it's one of the greatest things I've ever done. And a hat here, which they put the popcorn in, which is insane. Obviously, it's been cleaned out before wearing here. It doesn't fit your head properly, which kind of sucks, but anyway, it's 25 smackaroos. So for those of you who have a local Village Cinemas near you, be warned before you go. The 25 Australian dollars is a lot for what you get to consume, I guess. But I mean, the novelties are pretty cool, but let's be honest, they're not gonna stick around for a long time. They're just gonna probably go on the cupboard. Anyway, guys, I saw the movie yesterday. Today's a Thursday, but this movie's being dropped on a Friday. So I saw the movie yesterday, and I had a whole day to process everything that happened. Look, I'm gonna come out and say it now. I'm not gonna talk about everything that's happened in the movie, but the plot of the movie is horrible. Like this, the overall movie for me was fine. I know I've said the title, it's a bad movie, and that's maybe a bit harsh. But as a movie, if this was your first Toy Story you've ever seen, sort of thing, I don't know why you're watching Toy Story 4 first, but let's just say you are. It's a horrible movie. Like, the plot, I think the plot's terrible, and that's why there doesn't need to be a Toy Story 5. We all know Toy Story 3 was the perfect ending. Also, before we keep getting into it, I know this is a bit of a different video for me to be doing. Like, if you're a fan of my channel, you've seen my videos before. I never do this before, but man, I love the Toy Story movies, and I just thought, I feel like I've seen the movie a little bit earlier than anyone else, because it doesn't come out until like Friday in America, which is a Saturday here. So we'll do a review on it, sort of thing. What was I saying? But yeah, the plot. I don't want to see Toy Story 5 if this was the best plot for the movie they can come up with. The main plot, okay, you got to sort of step away from, they mainly focus, and that's why I think the ending was a little bit rushed and off. I think the whole movie was rushed, to be honest. They definitely should have made it longer. It was especially the ending was rushed, way too rushed. They focused on getting the fork back for Bonnie. Pretty much was the main focus of the movie, and there was that focus on Bo Peep, but it wasn't they didn't focus it really on will Woody leave or not, sort of thing. It was just a last minute thing. Woody was always going back to Bonnie, always going back, and then all of a sudden at the end, yeah mate, see you later guys, because Woody did leave. He stayed with Bo Peep, which is fine. I get it. I think it's the right thing to do, and I think it's the ending that they needed to do. Otherwise, it would have been an outright terrible movie. I think it was a good movie. As what should be the last Toy Story, it was a good movie. But as I said, if you took this and just watched it, it would be a horrible movie. It wouldn't be that great. And I'll be honest, I still like this one better than number one. For me, it goes 1, 4, 3, 2. 2 is the best by far. Yeah, it all felt rushed. The movie felt, especially the ending. I honestly feel like it was rushed. They didn't focus a lot on, will Woody leave or not, sort of thing. Which that's why I thought, all of a sudden, I knew it was gonna happen. I feel like I knew it was gonna happen. But when it happened, I was just like, huh? What? And then, the goodbye thing, that he didn't get to say goodbye for very long, and then all of a sudden he's gone, But no, it was emotional, and it was the right ending. I think it's what they had to do. But I think it didn't fit with the plot. That's what I'm trying to say. it was two completely different things. I know you don't want to base the whole movie around will Woody leave or not, but there was hardly any of that, and it was all about getting this fork dude back, which, he was kind of cool, he was kind of funny, but, no one really cared about the fork. Like, no one cares about him. Like, no one watching cares. Like, people care about Buzz, people care about Woody. No one cares about the fork. So, that's sort of what I'm trying to say there. And Toy Story 3 had so much happening at, like towards the end. Will the toys die? No, they won't die. Oh, Andy's going to go off to college. Oh, no, he's not. He's going to go with the toys. And now the toys are being given up by Andy. Like, it was all... It was the perfect ending, Toy Story 3, and that's why a lot of people are skeptical about this movie. And I'm going to be honest, if you're a Toy Story fan, this movie is just another... It's an alright movie. That's all I can really say. If you're a Toy Story fan, this movie is fine. That's what I'm saying is the plot of the movie didn't fit with the ending. It did not fit at all, and that's why the plot was kind of bad. Like, it would have been fine as a 1 or a 2 sort of plot, and then a 3 if there wasn't that emotional ending as well. But that's what I'm sort of getting at, because the 3 plot, it worked. It really worked, because they weren't getting played by Andy anymore, but then all of a sudden, hey, they're at this daycare, they're going to get played with all the time, they can stay there for the rest of their life, and they'll keep getting played with over and over again. This plot, it was completely separate with the emotional ending to probably the end of the Toy Story series, because then they're not going to be focusing on many more sequels, Pixar, they're focusing on new projects, and yet say they do want to go back to Toy Story. You got to remember, people are getting old, people either might sadly pass away, or just might not have that voice anymore to portray, these characters, especially the main ones. But I mean, they can, if Pixar wanted to make a Toy Story 5, they've put themselves in this position where they can make Toy Story with Buzz as the main character. He's always been one of the main characters, and so he can be the main character now if they make a Toy Story 5, because we know Woody, he could feature in it, but he's gone now. So that's why I think they've put themselves in this position where Toy Story isn't necessarily over. It's just Woody's journey, Woody's story is over. But yeah, if I'm honest, like, the plot, it didn't match the film. It really didn't. I thought, it was cool what they did. Like, the movie, the plot, I guess it was fine, but I feel like I'm repeating myself. It did not match the ending. It didn't match this emotional ending to the Toy Story series. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I think like that's the best way I can say it. 3 was that perfect ending for everyone, a perfect ending for Andy and the toys. Whereas this really was just an ending for Woody, which I like. I think, it's fine. He was the main antagonist. But protagonist, antagonist, whichever one it is, I don't even know anymore. But just the fact that it's, yeah. Man, like, I've been thinking about this all day. Like, I really haven't. Yeah, Toy Story 4. Was it a good movie? Yes. It was a good movie. I'll give Pixar and I'll give everyone that. But do I think it was one of the better ones? Probably not. Do I still like it more than Toy Story 1? Yes, but only because of the ending. I think I need to stress this enough. The reason why I say about the plot and stuff is because if it didn't have that ending that it had, this would have been the worst Toy Story movie, and as in, like, I dislike the movie, because I don't dislike 1, it's just my least favourite. I would have disliked this movie if it didn't have the ending, and like, that's what I'm saying, it's the only thing that saved the movie. It was the ending that they put, and that's the only reason why it was there. Like, Toy Story 4 it didn't need to exist. It only exists because they wanted money, but they realised that comes with killing the whole franchise if they don't have an emotional ending. So Woody only left because he had to, because someone had to leave, and Woody was the most emotional, and they knew that would save the movie, because this couldn't be just another journey for the toys, because, when you do that, you ruin it. You just destroy everything that you've built up, and, that's why. Like, Toy Story 4 didn't have to exist, but they knew, Pixar, whoever wrote the movie, knew that they had to have some sort of emotional ending, otherwise everyone would go, they'd still make a lot of the movie, but it would destroy the Toy Story franchise. So, that's why, man, I think that's all I need to say. Honestly, I think I understand. And another thing I don't like is Toy Story, Woody, my man Woody, was meant to be the most rare toy out of the bunch. Alright, I don't know the main story. I mean, if you're a big Toy Story fan, you've seen that theory about Andy's dad and how Woody was a one of a kind. And but yeah, you got this toy that's like only one, like that's one of a kind, so we know anyway. We know he's very rare. Just floating about now, you know. Like, if Andy ever has a kid and Bonnie ever grows up and gives the toys back to Andy's kid, Woody's not going to be there. The most rare one, the one that meant the most to Andy. That's what I kind of think is weird as well. But hey, we don't need to be like this is the end. I think Toy Story 4 is the end. And yeah, something like that had to happen. They either need to be all the toys dying, which wasn't going to happen at all, or Buzz or Woody leaving. And I think Woody is the definite right pick. But as I said, the reason why it just has that little bit of a sour taste in my mouth and why, as an overall movie, I don't think it was that great, is because it only happened just because it had to, not because it should have, or, they wanted it to happen. They knew that if they didn't make Woody leave, then people would just like, they would hate this movie because the main plot wasn't that good either. Toy Story 2. Take that as an example. The reason why I like it so much is because it's number 2. Okay, it doesn't have to. You've already established these characters. You can develop them a little more, introduce a few new ones, but you don't have to have an emotional ending at all. And that's why I think 2, and the story in it was amazing. 4, if it didn't have that ending, would have been like a mid movie, except with a horrible plot. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of hate on this video as well. For saying it's not that great of a movie. I mean, it's alright. And I feel like I've been all over the place, and I'm sorry. But, yeah, Toy Story 4. That's it, ladies and gentlemen, for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please be sure to smash the like button. Let me know if you've seen the movie. Let me know what you thought of it. And, yeah, I love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. And I'll see you guys all later. Frag out!